Hi, I'm going to show you how to paint and assemble these. They are reindeer, they're swirly reindeer ornaments, and there are multiple layers, but you don't have to paint a lot on each layer. You just have to paint just part of the ornament because a lot of parts are going to be covered up. So I just want to go ahead and show you how these all assemble. So like this one here, you can choose how you want to put the reindeer on. You can mix and match if you wanted to. I just want to show you the way I did it in the file. I just like the way this one is, the way it kind of is in the center. So I think it looks pretty with the birch trees in the background. I like that one there. And then I also like this one, the way it's arranged, and it has the little diamonds on either side. And then I'm gonna show you the other ones. These ones have trees. So when you take it apart, you're gonna see the different layers of trees. So there you have those. And the way they're layered, you can see each of the pieces. So when you take this one apart, you're only gonna have to paint those trees there. And then the other one has just those trees. So I had a lot of fun drawing all these trees. And the other one is the same kind of way. This one has this deer here, and then it has those trees and these trees, and then it has that plain back layer. So those are how they assemble. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna paint a lot of these. I like white, I think, for the deer. I think that would look really classy. And then I think for these ones here, I'm going to do like maybe like a light gray and then maybe a dark blue in the background. Just make it look like it's really wintry. So still winter here, so still thinking winter. And I still have ornaments on my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this one. So this is an optional top layer. You don't have to use this one if you don't want to. You can go ahead and just start on this layer. But I wanted to make sure that I included it for the staged piece, that I did include that just so you can see that that does come with the file. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to use this, these mushroom sponge daubers, just so I can get this done much faster. I was going to cut these with the true flat, the white true flat, but I decided I would go ahead and paint these so you could see how easy these are to paint. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab these on, and I'm just going to hold this. There we are. And these are really fun to use. And you can get these on Amazon or Temu, and they're easy to clean too. So if you want to reuse them, they're great. So, and you just don't have like those paintbrush lines. See those brush strokes. So when you use these, I put a little bit too much paint on this one. So I'm going to just take some of this off and kind of add this on here. It's just white chalk paint. So I'm just going to put that right on top. I'll take some of this off. I put a little too much. All you have to do is just this part here on this layer. So that's all you have to do. You don't have to do too much on that layer. So these go by really fast. So this would be much easier if I had used the white true flat on this. Then I wouldn't have to paint this layer. But I'll come back to that. I'm going to add another layer of paint on that. So I'm going to go over here, grab a little bit more of my white chalk paint, and I'm going to just go ahead and dab that right on here. And these go by really fast, even though there's a lot of layers. There really isn't much to paint because only parts of these are going to show. So you don't have to worry about doing the whole outside edge or anything. You're just going to paint this part here. So just going to grab a little bit more paint. There we are. And these just go on really, this goes on so nice with the sponge tip. It just, you don't have to worry about doing too many layers. Or especially with the brushes, you get those brush strokes. There we are. And there we go. That's hard to see. I have a white background on the white. I hope you can see that. Put my hand behind it so you can see it. Looks so pretty. I'm just gonna give it a little bit more just to get those antlers to really pop. There we are. And that's it. Okay, so that's all I have to do here. I'm trying not to get any of the paint inside there. Usually I don't, but that time I did. I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to, I'm only gonna paint just the parts that are going to show. So I'm not gonna do that whole back layer, just the parts that are gonna show. Because that would not make sense to spend all that time painting. Do that whole thing. And I'm going to do this other layer blue. So make sure I line that up, make sure I got it all. Yep, looks like it. I'm going to get this part over here. There we go. And yep. Make sure I got all of it there. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna come back over here and I'm going to do this layer blue. And I have these bigger sponge tips. They're these big giant ones. So I'm gonna use that on this part. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these. And these are all really inexpensive. They're just from Temu. You can get a big pack of these for only a few dollars. So they are very fun to use. I'm just getting paint all over myself. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that right on. And this goes by so fast. Grab a little bit more. Here we go. And I'm just gonna dab, dab, dab. And you can see you got that. You get a lot on there and it holds a lot of paint. And you don't get those brush strokes. Nice clean finish. Okay. A lot of good uses for these. All right. I'm gonna let that dry. Just gonna tap some of that extra paint off. So that's all there is to that one. I'm gonna set that over here. And while that's drying, I'm gonna go over here and do the same thing. I'm gonna set this over here. And since I have this out already, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this back layer here. Since I have a lot of paint on this already. Grab a little bit more. And this is making a mess. I'm just gonna move some things. Getting paint on my table, but it easily washes up. Usually I do this outside, but it's a little cold out there. Still in the winter, but it's warmer out today than it has been, which is nice. There we are. There we go. And you can get this done so much faster. And there's my blue for that one. Okay, so then I'm gonna do the same thing again with my white, and I'm gonna just go over here and pack this up. Check this, looking pretty good. All right, and I'm just gonna move these other ones out of the way for now. There we are. And they're gonna need another coat of white, so I'm just gonna move these over here. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing again that I did before with my white. And you can do so many at once. This is gonna be the top layer. Next time I'll definitely do this with my white True Flat. Save so much time not having to paint it. So if you happen to have some white true flat, it's big time saver. I have a whole case of it that I got from Maker Flow. It was $171, I believe, for a 50 pack. It was a pretty good deal. So now I used $5 of my shop cash I bought on the shop app, and used $5 shop cash, and they gave me $40 off. So that was with the $40 off. So if you ever want to try some of the True Flat, that is a fun way to start out. They have some good deals on the shop app. I love the shop app. I need to stop going on there. That and the TikTok shop. Lots of fun things to look at on there. I need to stop shopping. All right. It's addicting. All right. I love the TikTok. All right. I don't even have a TikTok really I use. I really need to get going on my TikTok. All right. So I'm just going to do the same thing again over here. And all I have to do is this little spot right there. That's it. And I do want to probably do a second coat. Just going to set that over there. And there's my pretty deer. I just think it would look so nice with the deer being white. It just looks so classy. Alrighty. And you can also do lots of other ways to finish these. You can use foils or some glittery paints. It's really up to how you want to do it. I'm just doing it really simple. I don't want to go too crazy with all the extra things, but I just thought I'm gonna keep it simple. But it would look really pretty with maybe some glitter. Maybe some glitter on the trees would look really nice. There we go. And there's my pretty deer for this one. I try not to get my ornaments mixed up, so I'm going to try to keep them all organized as I go. So there's my pretty deer. Just going to set that over here for now. And then I have these. I'm going to grab I'm going to grab one of these little small guys. These little finger ones. I'm just going to stick that right on my finger. And I'm going to grab some gray. And I'm just dabbing a little bit of gray in there. And I'm just going to dab. And I'm going to dry brush this with some white. There we are. Give a little bit more gray. And just kind of put a little bit of white on here. There we go. I'm going to grab a little bit more. Alrighty. And you can get these little guys on Amazon, Temu, whatnot. They're just fun to use. Alrighty. I'm just gonna go through here, and I'm gonna grab my my dry brush. I'm just gonna use this brush just ever so lightly. A little bit of white. Usually don't like to use these bigger brushes, but it's what I have today. Try to make it like they're birch trees. So it has like those lines across. I'm just going right across horizontally to make it look like they're birch. There we are. And that's all there is. Grab a little bit more, tap off so I don't put too much on there. And I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna grab a little bit more. Oops, didn't grab enough. And I'm going to do the same thing over here, just to give it a little bit more. Oops. There we go. So there's my birch trees. So when I put this over the top, there we are. I want to give a little bit more over on this one, because it still looks, you can see that MDF on there. There we go. Oops. Alrighty. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of my white and just move that right across. There we go. And I just want to make sure that I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more white over here. All right, and when you're happy with it, there we go. And I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and then I have my back layer, and that looks really pretty so far. And then you can just leave it like that if you want. So that's it. You can add your string, and that's it. You can be all finished with that one. That one's all done. So I'm pretty happy. I think I'm not going to add anything else to that one. I think it's pretty happy. All right. I really like that. I think I'm not going to add any more. I'm going to leave it alone. So that's all there is to that one. And I am going to come back to that first one I started. So here's that. I do want to add another, a little bit more white. I was going to add another layer to that other one, but I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more. Add another coat to the top of this. These are a lot of fun. I really like these. I'm excited to do the trees next. That's what I want to do. All right. Very rustic look. All right, so there's that. Make sure I really get enough paint on there. All right, and then I'm gonna bring my reindeer back. And then I have this layer. That's gonna go right on top. That looks really pretty. And then I have my back layer. And you can see the white diamonds shining right through. There we go. Just line it all up. And this one's all finished. So that one's really pretty. I like that one a lot. All right. So that one's all done. I'm gonna set that one over here. Now I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do this one next. Do the same thing again. Grab my white. I'm just gonna dip it right in the paint. And I'm gonna just tap off, go all the way around again. This is my top layer. And I'm just going all the way around. There we go. And you can see how fast these go, and I'm even talking through it. So those first two are done pretty fast. Normally I do them like an assembly line. I'll do all the same colors at once. So I can just clean the brushes as I go. So there's my white. I'll set that over here. Come over here, take some of that off. Add a little bit, add another layer here. If you get some on the inside, I'm just gonna wipe it off with my finger. You can use a paper towel too. Usually I don't get it on the inside, but I put a little bit too much paint on there. There we go. All right. So that one is finished on the top. I'm going to set that over here to dry. I'm going to take some of this off. I reuse some of this on my reindeer. Super cute. All right. Take some of that off too. That's what I like about these sponges. They're so nice. They just absorb that paint and they hold the paint. I'm just gonna grab more paint from the bottle. There we go. Get his antlers. I had so much fun drawing the antlers. That's my favorite part. I like doing the antlers. I like drawing swirls. Okay. Alrighty, so that one's all done there. I'm just gonna make sure that's all blended out. Okay, and then this goes right on top. And then this goes on top. So there's that. I'm gonna set that over here. While I have my blue out, I'm gonna do this back layer. Here we go. I like to use these bigger sponges for these big areas so I can get it done faster. There we go. Get it done real fast. Done in one coat. All right. And while I have that out, I'm gonna go grab that back layer of this one too. There we go. And then I'll be all done with the blue. Okay, easy peasy. All right, so I'm gonna just set that over here to dry. I'm gonna set this over here, and now I'm all done with my blue. I'm gonna set that over there so I don't make a mess. And now I'm gonna come back to the layer with the trees. So this one's gonna go on top, then this one's gonna go in the background. I'm gonna do these in green. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm going to, I have one's green. I'm gonna come over here and just grab some of the green with my little finger sponge. And I'm just gonna tap that on. I was using this one earlier, so I like to try to reuse these as many times as I can before throwing them out. I don't want to cause a lot of waste. There we go. And there's my green. You could do these all in white if you wanted to. Totally up to you. Just for the consistency. You can pull some of that excess paint off and then reuse it over here. But I think I'm gonna need a little bit more. There we go. A little bit too much on there. And then this just pulls it right back off if you put too much on. And you don't have to be perfect because everything layers over the top. You're not gonna see where you made a mess all over the sides. Okay, and I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna grab this one. And I'm gonna get these green ones. While I have my green out. And you can do the trunks a different color if you wanted to. If you want to do them brown, but I don't know how much you're gonna see of those details. So I'm just doing these really fast, but you can totally do those brown if you wanted. Alrighty. Okay, so there's all you need to do. I just want to make sure I don't have too much paint on there. So this will just kind of take some of that paint off if I have too much on there. All right, so I'm gonna just put this over here. And I have these trees now. I have brown over here, but I don't want these to be like super dark brown because I don't want them getting lost with the dark blue. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my little sponge and I'm going to add a little bit of brown and I'm going to just blend. I'm going to put the brown on, but then I'm going to add some white. So I'm going to put the brown on. And then I'm going to just come over here and just grab a little bit of the white. And then I'm going to blend it. And these blend really nice. You can see it's already blending nice. So now it's like a lighter brown. I don't want to get any paint in between those little branches. There we go. And if you do, just take a little brush and just kind of, you can push in between them or you can use the sponge and it usually gets it out. There we go. I'm going to grab a little bit of the brown, come over here, do the same thing again. If you want to add a little bit more of the brown here and keep blending. There. So when you put it on there, it's really going to pop. There we go. I'm going to grab a little bit of that white. Didn't grab enough. Oops, now I put too much on there. There we go. And there's my light brown. I didn't have the right color brown for this, so I'm making my own brown. When in doubt, just make your own shade. You don't have the right color. There we go. All right. Just tap that on there, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so there's that. And the only thing I've left to do is this guy over here. And we're done. So I'm going to go over here, put this back on. I'm going to layer this up and see how I like it. And if I wanted to, I could add a little touch of white on my trees, which I think I'm going to do with my brush. I'm going to just dry brush a little bit of snow on my trees. I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of snow on there. Grab this. It's not the best brush for dry brushing, but it'll do. Just kind of working my way on there. Got a little bit of snow on the trees. There we go. Just kind of brushing it on there. A little bit of snow here and there on my branches. There we are. I might do the same thing on the other trees. I'm just gonna blend it all out. And this is just a makeup brush. It's a Bare Minerals, old Bare Minerals brush. Don't throw your makeup brushes out. They're still good. I'm just gonna kind of hit a little bit of snow on these trees. There we are. Oh, other way. Oh, other way. You can put them however you want. It really depends on how you want to do it. I think I'm going to do... Oops, I think I got these mixed up now. I got them mixed up. There we go. I think I'm going to go this way, like these. There we are. And I'm going to just hit a little bit of snow on there. I try not to mix up my pieces, but sometimes I do. All right, so there's my trees. I'll do the same thing over here. And just kind of put a little bit of snow on my trees. There we go. A little bit of a snowstorm happened there. And I like to put the stick ones. You can put however you want to do it. You can put them this way, or the other way. I like them this way, I think. I think I'm going to put them that way. So there's that. All right, I'm going to set this over here now, and I'm going to finish up. I'm going to grab this. And there we are with that one. That looks really nice. And you can mix and match how you put, if you want to put a different reindeer on there, you totally can. You can mix them up. I really like the way that looks. It's got some nice depth in there. I really like that. So there's our trees, and that one's all finished. And I'm going to work on this last one here. All I have to do is just do some white, and this one is all done. Just going to grab a little bit of white. Dab a little bit on. I'm going to go over here and get this guy. There we go. I really like this one. I think that's one of my favorite ones that I drew. It's got a little different. His head is different than the others. His head's more perked up, and he's looking forward. All right. So there's that. I'm going to just tap some of this excess paint off to reuse. Here we go. And you can see how fast this is going. There we are. My paint's getting a little thick because I've had it open a little too long. There we are. These are pretty. Okay. Just grab a little bit more paint, and this guy is finished. Finished with all four. Alrighty. Make sure I get everything. All right. I would say this one is done. Just want to make sure I don't have any spots. Okay. So I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to wipe off the excess I had left over on here. A little bit left over on my sponge. So I'm just going to not let it go to waste. I'll add it right here. Okay. And just blend that out too, since I had left over. Okay. So I'm going to put this on top of here. This on top of here. And then I'm going to grab my back layer, my blue, my trees. And I really like how those trees came out. And then this whole thing goes right on top. And that's it. And you can do it however you want. You don't have to do it like I did it, but that's the finished one. So, and they're just under 4 inches. So that's it. They're a good size. They're 3.9 inches tall, and I believe like 3.4 inches wide, around there. And you can change the size if you want. So that's it. So there's this one. We got that one. We have this one. Layer them all up. And this one. Easy peasy. Super fast.
Your voice is magnificent.
Oh. All right. Well, thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy these new ornaments. I hope they're very beneficial to your small business for the upcoming holiday season. I know it's a little far away, but they're a lot of fun to make. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.